Hello friends, welcome to Value Old Coins. Today we will talk about some historic silver coins of the United States of America, one dime coin featuring liberty and e pluribus unum, with the inscription I in God we trust, minted in memorable years such as 1917, 1918s, 1919d, and 1923s. The 1917 United States one dime is not just a small silver coin. It is a powerful symbol of American freedom, unity, and resilience during a world in crisis. Minted during World War I, this coin belongs to the famous Mercury dime series, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime. Although many people mistakenly call it the Mercury dime, the coin does not depict the Roman god Mercury. Instead, it features Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, representing freedom of thought, a deeply American ideal. The 1917 dime stands at the crossroads of art, history, war, economics, and national identity, making it one of the most fascinating U.S. coins ever produced. Historical background: America in 1917. The year 1917 was one of the most important years in U.S. history. The United States entered World War I. American soldiers were sent overseas. Industry shifted toward war production. Precious metals like silver were critical to the economy. Coins minted during this time were not merely money. They were symbols of national strength and unity. The phrase, e pluribus unum, out of many, one, carried special meaning in 1917, as Americans from all backgrounds came together during wartime. Designer, Adolph A. Weinman. The Mercury dime was designed by Adolph Alexander Weinman, one of the greatest sculptors in American numismatic history. He also designed the Walking Liberty half dollar, sculptures on major U.S. buildings. Weinman's work combined classical beauty with modern American ideals, making the Mercury dime one of the most artistically admired coins in the world. Obverse, front, design, liberty. Description: a profile of Lady Liberty facing left. She wears a Phrygian cap with wings. Symbolizes freedom of thought. Surrounded by the words, Liberty, in God we trust. Date, 1917. The wings on Liberty's cap represent intellectual freedom, not speed or commerce, which is why this is not Mercury. This design reflects America's belief that free ideas are the foundation of democracy. Reverse, back, design, strength and peace. Description: a fasces, bundle of rods with an axe, wrapped with an olive branch. Inscriptions: United States of America, one dime, e pluribus unum. Symbolism: fasces, strength, authority, unity. Olive branch, peace. Together, strength through unity, guided by peace. This message was extremely meaningful in 1917, when America entered a global war while still hoping for peace. Metal composition. The 1917 one dime is made of 90% silver, which gives it both intrinsic value and historical importance. Silver, 90%. Copper, 10%. Weight, 2.5 grams. Diameter, 17.9 millimeters. Edge, reeded. Because of its high silver content, the coin has value even in worn condition. Mint locations and mint marks, 1917. The 1917 dime was produced at 3 U.S. mints. 1. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Largest production. Common but historically important. 2. Denver, D mint mark. More limited than Philadelphia. Higher collector demand. 3. San Francisco, S mint mark. Lower mintage. Often more valuable. Warning sign hash mint mark location. On the reverse, left side near the bottom, next to the fasces. Varieties: 1917 Type 1 and Type 2. The year 1917 is especially important because 2 different reverse designs were produced. Type 1, early 1917. Fasces without horizontal bands. Considered weaker in structure. Scarcer in high grades. Type 2, late 1917. Fasces with horizontal bands. Strengthened design. More common. Collectors often seek both types to complete a full set. Mintages, approximate. 1917, P tilde 55 million. 1917 D tilde 9 million. 1917 S tilde 10 million. Despite large mintages, many were melted or heavily circulated during and after World War I. Value and collectability. Circulated condition. Worth more than face value. Silver content alone give value. Uncirculated and mint state can be worth significantly more. Sharp details and full bands increase price. Full bands, FB, a highly desirable feature where fasces bands are fully separated, indicate strong strike, greatly increases value. Why collectors love the 1917 dime. World War I history. Beautiful classical design. High silver content. Multiple varieties. Affordable entry into U.S. silver coins. It is often considered one of the most artistic coins ever made by the United States. Common myths. Cross market shows Mercury. False. Heavy check market shows Liberty. Cross mark, old means rare, condition matters. Heavy check mark, mint mark, and strike quality are crucial. Preservation tips. Do not clean the coin. Store in mylar flips, coin capsules. Avoid moisture and fingerprints. Cleaning can destroy collector value permanently. Conclusion. The 1917 United States 1 dime is far more than a small silver coin. It is a piece of American identity, minted during one of the most defining moments in world history. With its powerful symbolism, elegant design, and connection to freedom, unity, and faith, this coin continues to inspire collectors, historians, and coin lovers around the world. Even today, more than 100 years later, the message on the coin still speaks clearly. The 1919 D United States 1 dime is one of the most important and historically meaningful silver coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Although small in size, this coin carries within it the story of a nation recovering from war, adjusting to a new world order, and reaffirming its ideals of freedom, unity, faith, and strength. Minted just 1 year after the end of World War I, the 1919 D dime belongs to the famous Mercury dime series, officially known as a winged Liberty head dime. This series is widely regarded as one of the most beautiful and symbolic coin designs in American history. The inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum are not merely words. They reflect the soul of America during a time of sacrifice, recovery, and hope. America in 1919, a nation after war. The year 1919 was a turning point in world history. World War I had ended in November 1918. Millions of soldiers returned home. Economies were rebuilding. Societies were changing rapidly. The United States emerged as a global power, but it also faced serious challenges. Inflation, labor strikes, social unrest, the Spanish flu pandemic aftermath. Coins minted in 1919 were used daily by citizens rebuilding their lives. The 1919 D dime circulated through the hands of factory workers, farmers, shopkeepers, and returning soldiers. Every coin tells a silent story of post-war America. The Mercury dime series, 1916 to 1945. The Mercury dime series began in 1916, replacing the Barber dime. The U.S. government wanted a modern, artistic coin that reflected American values rather than old, outdated designs. The result was a masterpiece. Although commonly called the Mercury dime, the coin does not depict Mercury, the Roman god. This is a common misunderstanding. Designer, Adolf Alexander Weinman. The 1919 D dime was designed by Adolf A. Weinman, one of the most celebrated sculptors in U.S. history. Weinman's philosophy: coins should be beautiful. Coins should carry meaning. Coins should represent national ideals. Other famous works by Weinman: Walking Liberty Half Dollar, architectural sculptures across America. His Liberty design on the dime is considered one of the finest small coin designs ever created. Obverse, front, Liberty and Faith. Design description: a left-facing portrait of Lady Liberty, wearing a winged Phrygian cap. The word Liberty around the top. Motto: In God We Trust. Date: 1919. Symbolism: liberty, freedom, and democracy. Wing cap: freedom of thought. In God We Trust, faith and moral foundation. In 1919, faith played a powerful role in American life. After years of war and loss, this motto carried deep emotional meaning. Why it is called the Mercury dime. The wings on Liberty's cap caused confusion. Many believed the figure represented Mercury, the Roman messenger god. However, Mercury wore a winged helmet. This coin shows Liberty, not Mercury. The wings symbolize intellectual freedom. The correct name remains: Winged Liberty head dime. Reverse: Back, strength through unity. Design description. A fasces, bundle of rods with an axe, wrapped with an olive branch. Text, United States of America. 1 dime. E pluribus unum. Mint mark D, Denver. Symbolism explained. Fasces, strength, authority, unity. Olive branch, peace. Together, strength guided by peace. In 1919, this message was deeply symbolic. America had proven its strength in war but now sought peace and unity. Mint mark, 1919 D. The D mint mark indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Location of mint mark. On the reverse, left side near the bottom, beside the fasces. Denver minted Mercury dimes are often scarcer than Philadelphia issues and are highly collectible. Metal composition and specifications. The 1919 D dime is made of real silver, making it valuable even today. Composition: 90% silver, 10% copper. Weight: 2.5 grams. Diameter: 17.9 millimeters. Edge: reeded. Metal value: always above face value. This high silver content connects the coin directly to the precious metal economy of early 20th century America. Mintage: why 1919 D is important. The 1919 D dime has a relatively low mintage compared to many other Mercury dimes. Approximate mintage: 1919 D, tilde 9.9 million. While this number may sound large, many coins were heavily circulated, were melted during later silver shortages, survive today only in worn condition. High-quality examples are rare. Strike quality in full bands, FB. What are full bands? On the reverse fasces, there are horizontal bands. Full bands, FB, means all bands are fully separated. Sharp, strong strike. No merging. White matters. Full bands examples are much rarer. Value increases dramatically, especially rare for 1919 D. Collectors consider 1919 D with full bands to be a key condition rarity. Value and collectability. Circulated condition. Worth several times face value. Silver content guarantees value. Uncirculated condition. Significantly more valuable. Strong demand from collectors. Full bands examples. Extremely valuable. Among the most desirable Mercury dimes. Condition, strike quality, and originality determine the true worth. Role in daily life, 1919. In 1919, 1 dime could buy bread or milk, pay for streetcar rides, contribute to a family's daily survival. This coin was real money, not just a collectible. Common mistakes and myths. Crossmark, it shows Mercury. Heavy checkmark, it shows liberty. Crossmark, all old dimes are rare. Heavy checkmark condition and mint mark matter. Crossmark cleaning improves value. Heavy checkmark cleaning destroys value. Preservation and storage tips. Never clean the coin. Store in coin capsules, mylar flips. Avoid moisture, heat, fingerprints. Original surfaces are everything in numismatics. Historical importance of the 1919 D dime. This coin represents post-World War I America, faith after hardship, strength with peace, unity from diversity. It is a miniature monument to American resilience. Conclusion: the 1919 D United States 1 dime is far more than a small silver coin. It is a historical artifact, a work of art, and a symbol of American ideals during one of the most transformative periods in world history. From the elegant portrait of liberty to the powerful fasces and olive branch, every detail tells a story of freedom, unity, faith, strength, peace. More than a century later, the message remains timeless. The 1923 United States 1 dime is a remarkable silver coin that represents a quiet but powerful chapter in American history. Though small in size, this coin carries the weight of a nation moving through economic change, cultural transformation, and growing global influence during the early 20th century. Minted in San Francisco, this dime belongs to the famous Mercury dime series, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime. The series is admired worldwide for its beauty, symbolism, and deep historical meaning. The inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum reflect the core values of the United States: freedom, faith, and unity, values that remained essential during the uncertain years after World War I. America in 1923. The Roaring Twenties begin. The year 1923 fell within a period of great change known as the Roaring Twenties. Historical context. World War I had ended 5 years earlier. America was shifting from wartime production to peacetime prosperity. Industrial growth was expanding. Urban life and modern culture were rising. However, not all Americans shared equally in prosperity. Farmers struggled, labor disputes continued, and economic imbalance existed beneath the surface. Coins like the 1923 dime passed through the hands of ordinary Americans, shopkeepers, factory workers, dock laborers, and immigrants, each coin becoming part of daily survival and commerce. The Mercury Dime Series, 1916 to 1945. The Mercury Dime Series was introduced in 1916, replacing the Barber dime. The U.S. Mint wanted a coin that reflected modern American ideals, featured artistic beauty, symbolized freedom and unity. The result was one of the most admired coin designs in U.S. history. Although widely called the Mercury dime, the coin does not show Mercury, the Roman god. This misunderstanding has lasted for decades. Designer Adolf Alexander Weinman. The Mercury dime was designed by Adolf A. Weinman, a renowned American sculptor. About Weinman, German-born American artist, specialized in classical designs, believed money should be both useful and beautiful. Other famous works by Weinman: Walking Liberty $50, sculptural designs on U.S. government buildings. His work on the dime captured classical grace while expressing American democracy and freedom. Obverse front, liberty and freedom of thought. Design details: a left-facing portrait of Lady Liberty, wearing a winged Phrygian cap. The word liberty around the edge. Motto: In God We Trust. Date: 1923. Symbolism: liberty, personal and political freedom. Wing cap: freedom of thought and ideas. In God We Trust, moral foundation and faith. In the early 1920s, faith remained an important anchor for many Americans during a rapidly changing society. Why it is incorrectly called the Mercury dime. The wings on Liberty's cap caused many people to believe the image was Mercury. However, Mercury wore a winged helmet. This coin shows liberty, not a god. The wings symbolize intellectual freedom. The correct name remains Winged Liberty Head Dime. Reverse, back, strength balance with peace. Design description: a fasces, bundle of wooden rods with an axe blade, wrapped with an olive branch. Inscriptions: United States of America. 1 dime, E pluribus unum. Mint mark S, San Francisco. Symbolism explained: fasces, unity, authority, strength. Olive branch, peace and hope. Combined meaning: strength guided by peace. This balance reflected America's role in the world, strong but peace-seeking. Mint mark, San Francisco, S. The S mint mark shows that the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint. Location of mint mark: on the reverse, near the bottom left, next to the fasces. San Francisco Mercury dimes often show weaker strikes, making high-quality examples harder to find. Metal composition and specifications: the 1923 S dime is composed of real silver, making it valuable even in worn condition. Metal: 90% silver, 10% copper. Weight: 2.5 grams. Diameter: 17.9 millimeters. Edge: reeded. Face value: 10 cents. Silver content alone gives a coin intrinsic value above face value. Mintage: why 1923 S matters. Approximate mintage: 1923 S, tilde 19 million coins. While this number seems high, many factors reduce surviving quality. Heavy circulation, weak strikes, later silver melting. High-grade examples are scarce, especially with strong details. Strike quality in full bands, FB. What are full bands? On the fasces, there are horizontal bands. Full bands, FB, means bands are fully separated. Sharp, clean strike. No merging or weakness. Importance for 1923 S. San Francisco strikes are often weak. Full bands examples are rare. FB coins command much higher values. Collectors consider a 1923 S full bands dime a major condition rarity. Circulation and daily use. In 1923, 1 dime could buy food items, pay transportation fares, contribute to household expenses. This was working money, not a luxury item. Collector value and demand. Circulated condition. Worth more than face value. Silver content guarantees base value. Uncirculated condition. Strong collector demand. Value rises sharply. Full bands. Extremely valuable. Among the toughest Mercury dimes to find. Condition is everything. Common myths and mistakes. Crossmark. All Mercury dimes are rare. Heavy checkmark. Only certain dates and conditions are rare. Crossmark cleaning helps value. Heavy checkmark cleaning destroys originality. Crossmark old coins are always valuable. Heavy checkmark condition and demand matter. Proper care and preservation. Never clean the coin. Store in. Coin capsules. Mylar flips. Avoid. Moisture. Touching surfaces. Original surfaces preserve history and value. Historical importance of the 1923 S-dime. This coin represents post-war America, economic growth and challenges, artistic excellence, national unity. It is a small silver witness to a great era. Conclusion. The 1923 United States 1 dime is far more than a 10-cent piece. It is a historical artifact, a work of art, and a symbol of American ideals during a transformative period in history. From liberty's thoughtful gaze to the powerful fasces and peaceful olive branch, every element reflects the nation's character. More than a century later, its message remains strong. The 1918 United States 1 dime is one of the most historically powerful and emotionally significant silver coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Although small in size, this coin was struck during a moment when the entire world was in turmoil, as World War I reached its final and most intense phase. Minted at the San Francisco Mint, the 1918 S-dime belongs to the legendary Mercury dime series, officially named the Winged Liberty Head dime. This series is celebrated not only for its artistic beauty, but also for its deep symbolic meaning, reflecting American ideals of freedom, unity, strength, peace, and faith. The inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum were never more meaningful than in 1918, a year marked by war, sacrifice, loss, hope, and eventual victory. America and the world in 1918. The year 1918 stands as one of the most dramatic years in modern history. Global situation. World War I was at its peak. Millions of soldiers were fighting in Europe. Entire nations were exhausted by war. The Spanish influenza pandemic began spreading. United States in 1918. America had entered the war in 1917. Young men were drafted and sent overseas. Factories worked day and night for war production. Families lived with uncertainty and fear. Coins minted in 1918, including the 1918 S-dime, circulated during a time when everyday life was shaped by war. This dime passed through the hands of soldiers, factory workers, farmers, shopkeepers, and mothers saving money for difficult days ahead. The Mercury Dime Series, 1916 to 1945. The Mercury Dime Series was introduced in 1916, replacing the older Barber dime. The U.S. government wanted a design that reflected modern American identity, showed artistic excellence, symbolized freedom and unity. The result was a coin widely regarded as one of the most beautiful coins ever minted by the United States. Despite its popular nickname, the Mercury dime does not depict Mercury, the Roman messenger god. Designer, Adolf Alexander Weinman. The 1918 S-dime was designed by Adolf A. Weinman, one of the most respected sculptors in American history. About Weinman. Born in Germany, later became an American citizen. Influenced by classical Greek and Roman art. Believed money should inspire pride and beauty. Other famous works. Walking Liberty $50. Sculptures on U.S. government buildings. Weinman's Liberty design captured grace, strength, intelligence, and dignity, perfectly representing the American spirit during wartime. Obverse, front. Liberty in a time of war. Design description. A left-facing portrait of Lady Liberty, wearing a winged Phrygian cap. The word Liberty around the rim. Motto I in God We Trust. Date 1918. Symbolism. Liberty, democratic freedom. Wing cap, freedom of thought. In God We Trust, faith during hardship. In 1918, faith was essential. Families prayed for sons overseas, and the motto "I in God we trust" carried profound emotional meaning. Why it is called the Mercury dime. Many people believe the coin shows Mercury, but this is incorrect. Truth. Mercury wore a winged helmet. This coin shows liberty, not a god. The wings represent intellectual freedom. Correct name. Winged Liberty Head Dime. Reverse back. Strength, unity, and peace. Design description. A fasces, bundle of wooden rods with an axe blade, wrapped with an olive branch. Inscriptions. United States of America. 1 dime. E pluribus unum. Mint mark S. San Francisco. Symbolism explained. Fasces, strength through unity. Olive branch, peace and reconciliation. Combined message, strength guided by peace. This symbolism was extremely important in 1918 as America fought for victory while hoping for lasting peace. Mint mark, San Francisco, S. The S mint mark indicates the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint. Mint mark location. On the reverse, left side near the bottom, beside the fasces. San Francisco Mint Mercury dimes are known for weaker strikes, softer details, scarcity in high grades. This makes quality 1918S dimes especially desirable. Metal composition and technical specifications. The 1918S dime is a true silver coin, reflecting the precious metal economy of early America. Composition: 90% silver, 10% copper. Weight: 2.5 grams. Diameter: 17.9 millimeters. Edge: reeded. Face value: 10 cents. Even heavily worn examples retain intrinsic silver value. Mintage: 1918S production. Approximate mintage: 1918S, tilde 19.3 million coins. Although millions were struck, many coins circulated heavily during wartime, were damaged or worn, were melted in later decades. High-grade survivors are far less common. Strike quality in full bands, FB. What are full bands? On the fasces, horizontal bands appear. Full bands, FB, means bands are fully separated. Sharp, strong strike. No merging. Importance for 1918S. San Francisco strikes are often weak. Full bands examples are rare. FB coins are highly valuable. A 1918S full bands dime is considered a major condition rarity. Circulation in daily life in 1918. In 1918, 1 dime could buy basic food items, pay for transportation, help support a family. This coin was essential money, used daily by ordinary Americans. Collector value and importance. Circulated condition. Worth more than face value. Silver content provides base value. Uncirculated condition. Strong collector demand. Scarce and valuable. Full bands. Extremely valuable. Among the toughest Mercury dimes to find. Condition, originality, and strike quality determine true worth. Common myths and errors. Crossmark, all old dimes are rare. Heavy checkmark, only specific dates and conditions are rare. Crossmark cleaning improves value. Heavy checkmark cleaning destroys collector value. Crossmark Mercury is on the coin. Heavy checkmark Liberty is on the coin. Preservation and storage advice. Never clean the coin. Store in coin capsules, mylar flips. Avoid moisture, fingerprints, heat. Preserving originality preserves history. Historical importance of the 1918S dime. This coin represents America at war, national unity, faith in difficult times, artistic excellence. It is a small silver witness to one of humanity's greatest struggles. Conclusion. The 1918S United States 1 dime is far more than a 10-cent coin. It is a historical artifact, a symbol of sacrifice, and a timeless expression of American ideals. From liberty's thoughtful expression to the fasces and olive branch, every detail reflects a nation fighting for freedom while longing for peace. More than a century later, its message still speaks clearly.